For a long time on this channel, we've discussed the conversation between the architect and Neo, the revelation that there were 5 other integral anomalies before him, that he was a result of the equation of the Matrix, which makes the prophecy of the One and the salvation of Zion a lie. The city has been destroyed 5 times before, or so the architect said. This led us to wonder, where are the ruins of the other cities? Why should we believe the villain of the story? What if the architect and the Oracle tricked Neo so they wouldn't lose control of the Matrix because he was the first anomaly? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
There is a theory that begins with the Oracle. She would create the story of the One to keep Morpheus and the inhabitants of Zion under control.
So is this the same Oracle that made the prophecy?
Yes. She's very old. She's been with us since the beginning.
They would think that a savior will eventually come, and thus limit their actions.
Commander, we need a presence inside the Matrix to await contact from the Oracle.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't care about oracles or prophecies or messiahs. I care about one thing. Stopping that army from destroying this city. And to do that, I need soldiers to obey my orders.
With all due respect, Commander, there is only one way to save our city.
How?
Neo.
Waiting for a savior will keep them calm and docile. They will not take the initiative because a savior is who will liberate them. It's also convenient for the Matrix programs that this belief exists, because the red pills won't pose much resistance. They will simply dedicate themselves to finding a savior that will never come, like a rabbit chasing a carrot that is hanging in front of it. Morpheus believed to have found the One multiple times before, but he was mistaken each time. The Oracle did not stop him from failing continuously because it was exactly what she wanted.
Poor Morpheus. Without him, we're lost.
Then he finds Neo. When the Oracle sees him for the first time, she tells him that he has potential, but does not correct Neo when he says that he is not the One.
I'm not the one.
Sorry, kid. You got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something.
The Oracle believed Neo was another one of Morpheus's red pills that will eventually die. However, Neo was different. He came back to life after being shot multiple times by Agent Smith. He somehow became the One, stopping bullets, destroying agents, and flying. After the first film, the architect and the Oracle had a big problem on their hands. They didn't understand what they were facing, what this anomaly was, and so they created a new story in hopes to control it. Make Neo believe that he was part of the Matrix. Convince him that he is not the first One. Neo would eventually meet the architect, who would then reveal to him that he is the 6th anomaly.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision.
Telling him that he must choose either to save humanity or Trinity. Saving one will lead to the death or destruction of the other.
There are 2 doors. The door to your right leads to the source and the salvation of Zion. The door to your left leads back to the Matrix, to her, and to the end of your species.
However, both options turn out to be fake. Neo saved Trinity, and Zion wasn't destroyed. Neo's decision exceeded the architect's claims. Upon returning to the real world, Neo, after learning that he was an anomaly of the Matrix, was able to destroy some sentinels with his mind, which could indicate that he might be this One. Neo has powers beyond the simulation. He has shown supernatural abilities in the real world. Then he was able to connect to the Matrix without jacking in. He goes to the Oracle to get some answers, and she once again tries to convince him that what is happening to him was part of the plan. The architect knew, even before meeting Neo, that he can't stop the anomaly. So he created new imminent threats, the destruction of Zion and Agent Smith. Smith goes on a rampage, assimilating everyone in the Matrix, getting stronger by the minute. Smith becomes stronger than Neo to fight him. and fulfill his purpose as Neo's antagonist. Neo has to believe the Oracle's lies, that he is the sixth one, or anomaly, that his powers come from the source, and that he must face Smith. When Neo confronts Smith in the final battle, he's doing exactly what the machines want him to do. He allows himself to be assimilated by Smith, and Deus Ex Machina destroys Smith and erases Neo's consciousness. The anomaly is brought under control, and the Smith virus is deleted. 2 birds with 1 stone. If this theory is true, then the machines did manage to effectively control the One, an anomaly who wasn't the sixth, but the first. Neo was manipulated into surrendering without realizing it. Morpheus mentioned that it was the One who freed the first citizens of Zion, and that when he died, he would return as another person. Perhaps this is true. Perhaps the One goes beyond a simple anomaly in the Matrix. He is a savior who reincarnates, seeking to rescue humanity, but has been foiled by the machines. What evidence do we have that Neo is not the sixth anomaly? Neo's powers in the real world prove that he is not limited to the simulation. There are no historical evidence or trace of the previous 5 Zions or anomalies. There are no ruins, crypts, or tombs. And the most important clue that could lead us to the truth behind this theory is the return of Neo. If he was an anomaly, he should have died after reaching the source. How is he still alive then? How or why did he return? Could it be that Neo was the prophesized One, and that the Oracle and the Architect lied, manipulated, and controlled him? This theory is indeed interesting, but we don't believe that the Architect was lying. Everything he said was true, though he clearly shared his information in a manner that manipulated Neo's perception of reality to confuse and control him. The 5 previous cities of Zion were destroyed, and since these cities are built underground, they are now just buried tombs. We could see the manifestation of the true One in Matrix 4. So far we have seen the transformation of Thomas Anderson into Neo, then Neo into the integral anomaly. The next transformation must be the anomaly into the One, an entity that escapes the barriers of the equation, fulfilling the prophecy. After a long and difficult journey, Neo may become the savior that the people have been waiting for. But do you agree? Is it possible that the Architect was lying about everything, or not? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.